As we approach this Christmas season, it is more than just a time of celebration. It is a season of reflection, renewal, and realignment. Every year, we gather to exchange gifts, share joy, and enjoy the company of loved ones. Yet, amidst all the lights and festivities, there lies a profound opportunity, the opportunity to release the burdens that have been weighing us down, to let go of what has been holding us back, and to embrace the fullness of life that awaits us. Holding on to fear, past failures, grudges, or unmet expectations is like carrying a heavy load through a journey that was meant to be joyful. This season calls for a conscious decision to lay down these weights. When we let go of the limitations we impose upon ourselves, we make room for growth, blessings, and purpose. Every moment spent clinging to what no longer serves us is a moment lost from living fully in the present. Letting go does not mean ignoring lessons learned. It means freeing your heart, mind, and spirit to step boldly into your future. Christmas symbolizes hope, restoration, and new beginnings. It is a reminder that life is too short to remain chained to regrets or fears. By releasing the past, we position ourselves to receive more clarity, more opportunities, and more peace. As you celebrate this Christmas, take time to reflect on the things that have held you back. Identify them, confront them, and consciously choose to release them. Understand that the process of letting go is not weakness. It is a declaration of strength. It is an acknowledgement that you are ready to move forward with courage, faith, and purpose. This Christmas, let it be more than decorations and celebrations. Let it be the season you set yourself free. Let it be the season you rise above limitation. And let it be the season where your future is no longer dictated by what has been, but by the possibilities that lie ahead. Choose to let go and watch how your life transforms into a testimony of victory, joy, and divine alignment. To begin the journey of personal freedom and transformation, the very first step is to clearly identify what binds you. Many people move through life carrying invisible weights, often without even realizing the true nature of their burdens. These weights take many forms: fear, resentment, self-doubt, past failures, unmet expectations, or even the opinions of others. They silently shape the decisions we make, the relationships we invest in, and the opportunities we allow ourselves to pursue. If we never take the time to pause and examine them, they continue to limit our potential, keeping us trapped in cycles of frustration, disappointment, and stagnation. Identifying what binds you begins with self-awareness. It is a process of honest reflection, a deliberate examination of your thoughts, habits, and patterns. Ask yourself the hard questions. What am I afraid of? What past experiences continue to influence my present? Are there beliefs I hold about myself or the world that are no longer serving me? These questions are not meant to induce guilt or regret, but to illuminate the areas where freedom is necessary. Only when you see clearly the chains that hold you back can you begin the work of breaking them. Often, the bindings are not dramatic or visible. They are subtle and insidious. Fear is one of the most common restraints. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of change, or fear of uncertainty can quietly dictate every choice you make. When fear controls you, it limits your willingness to take risks, prevents you from pursuing your true calling, and keeps your dreams just out of reach. Recognizing fear is the first step in overcoming it. When you name it, you take away some of its power and create space for courage and decisive action. Another common binding is unresolved pain from the past. Many people carry emotional baggage from childhood experiences, broken relationships, or moments of disappointment. These unprocessed emotions create invisible walls that prevent growth and joy. Holding on to these pains often masquerades as self-protection, but in reality, it keeps you from moving forward. Identifying the specific moments or patterns of hurt allows you to confront them consciously rather than unconsciously repeating them. Limiting beliefs also bind us more than we realize. These are the silent narratives we tell ourselves about who we are and what we are capable of achieving. Statements like, "I'm not enough," "I don't deserve success," or "it's too late for me," act as invisible chains, shaping behaviors and decisions without us even noticing. The key is to identify these beliefs, trace their origin, and challenge their validity. When you recognize that these ideas are learned, not inherent truths, you empower yourself to replace them with affirming, purpose-driven thoughts. Finally, external influences can also bind you. The expectations of others, societal pressures, or toxic relationships often dictate the paths we take. While guidance and counsel are valuable, allowing external voices to determine your worth or direction can prevent you from living authentically. Identifying these influences requires courage and discernment, the ability to distinguish between constructive support and limiting control. In the end, identifying what binds you is not a one-time event. It is a continuous process of self-examination and honesty. It requires courage to look inward, humility to accept the areas of weakness, and determination to confront the truths that emerge. But this process is indispensable. Until you know exactly what is holding you back, any effort to move forward will be hindered, partial, or misdirected. Freedom begins with clarity, and clarity begins with awareness. The moment you identify what binds you, you take the first bold step toward release, growth, and the fullness of life that has always been your birthright. Releasing the past is one of the most powerful acts of self-liberation you can perform, yet it is also one of the most challenging. Many people live as though their past defines their present and dictates their future, holding tightly to memories, regrets, failures, or disappointments as if they were treasures. But the truth is that clinging to the past only limits the possibilities of what is yet to come. To embrace the fullness of your future, you must first learn to release what no longer serves you. The past can be heavy, not because it is inherently oppressive, but because we assign meaning to it in ways that weigh us down. Past mistakes, missed opportunities, heartbreak, or betrayal can easily become emotional chains. These experiences, when unresolved, can shape your decisions and cloud your vision, keeping you from moving boldly forward. Every moment you remain bound by yesterday is a moment lost from living today and building tomorrow. Understanding this is the first step toward freedom. Releasing the past does not mean forgetting it or pretending it never happened. It means acknowledging what occurred, extracting the lessons, and consciously choosing not to allow it to control your present or future. Life is full of experiences designed to teach, shape, and prepare you. But dwelling on them beyond their purpose is a form of stagnation. When you release the past, you recognize that your story is not defined by your failures or pain, but by the potential of what lies ahead. One of the most important elements in releasing the past is forgiveness of others and of yourself. Holding on to resentment, anger, or bitterness is like carrying a weight that only you can feel. It keeps your heart heavy and your mind preoccupied with what cannot be changed. Forgiveness is not condoning what happened. It is an act of liberation for your own spirit. By forgiving, you free yourself from being tethered to circumstances or people who no longer serve your growth. Equally, releasing the past requires letting go of limiting beliefs that originated from previous experiences. If a failure made you feel inadequate, or if a rejection convinced you that you are unworthy, you must consciously challenge and replace those narratives. The past is only powerful when you allow it to define your identity. You were created for more than the sum of your mistakes, and your future holds opportunity that cannot be accessed while your vision remains clouded by what has already occurred. Releasing the past also involves shifting your focus from what was to what can be. Your energy should be invested in possibilities, growth, and alignment with your purpose. When you carry the baggage of yesterday, you are too encumbered to step fully into the opportunities of today and the promises of tomorrow. Embracing the future requires courage, the courage to leave behind comfort zones, familiar patterns, and even relationships that no longer align with your destiny. Ultimately, releasing the past is a declaration that you are ready for transformation. It is a conscious decision to stop allowing what has been to limit what can be. Every moment you hold on to yesterday is a moment of potential lost. Every step you take forward in freedom is a step closer to your destiny. By letting go, you create space for new experiences, new opportunities, and new growth. The future was never meant to be overshadowed by the past. It was designed to be an arena for your dreams, your purpose, and your fulfillment. This Christmas, let it be a season of letting go. Let go of regrets. Let go of disappointments. Let go of fear. Release the past with intention and embrace the future with faith. When you do, you position yourself to walk boldly into a new year filled with possibility, purpose, and the realization of your true potential. Freedom begins when you release what no longer serves you, and your future begins the moment you step unburdened into it. Forgiveness is one of the most liberating actions a person can take, yet it is often misunderstood. Many people equate forgiveness with weakness, condoning wrongdoing, or forgetting the pain caused by others. In truth, forgiveness is neither weakness nor forgetfulness. It is an act of profound strength, a conscious choice to release the hold that hurt, anger, or resentment has over your heart and mind. Until you forgive, you remain tethered to the very experiences that are meant to refine, not define, your life. To free your heart is to reclaim your peace and to step fully into the life that is waiting for you. Carrying the weight of unforgiveness is like holding onto a chain with one hand while hoping to run toward your destiny. Every time you dwell on the offenses of the past, you allow the actions of others to dictate your emotional state, your decisions, and even your joy. Holding grudges keeps your heart heavy and your spirit confined. By forgiving, you break those invisible chains, releasing not only the other person from your judgment, but also yourself from the burden of pain. Forgiveness is an investment in your freedom and your future. Forgiveness begins with acknowledging the hurt and the impact it has had on your life. It requires honesty with yourself about the emotions you feel and the ways they may have shaped your behavior. Avoiding or suppressing these feelings does not heal. It simply buries the problem, allowing it to fester and influence your life from the shadows. When you confront your pain directly, you gain clarity and understanding, which are essential to the process of true forgiveness. An essential aspect of freeing your heart is understanding that forgiveness is for you, not the person who wronged you. It is a deliberate decision to stop giving power to someone else's actions over your life. Forgiveness does not mean you need to reconcile with those who hurt you, nor does it require you to forget or excuse their behavior. It is simply the choice to release the emotional grip that their actions have on you. When you forgive, you reclaim your peace and open your heart to love, joy, and new possibilities. Forgiving yourself is equally important. Many people carry guilt, regret, or shame for past mistakes, replaying them endlessly in their minds. Self-forgiveness is a recognition that your past errors do not define your worth or your potential. By releasing self-condemnation, you allow yourself to grow, learn, and move forward with confidence. A heart that forgives itself is a heart that can fully embrace life without hesitation or fear. The act of forgiveness also transforms your relationships. When you forgive, you create space for healthier interactions, deeper connections, and the ability to love without reservation. It allows you to engage with the world from a place of freedom rather than restriction, from a place of strength rather than bitterness. It is the foundation of emotional maturity and spiritual growth, equipping you to face life's challenges with grace and resilience. Ultimately, forgiving and freeing your heart is a deliberate act of liberation. It is a choice to release the past, unshackle your spirit, and walk boldly into the life that awaits you. Each moment you hold on to anger or resentment is a moment that steals your peace and dims the light of your potential. Each moment you forgive is a moment you reclaim your life and step closer to the destiny you were created to fulfill. This Christmas, let it be a season not just of celebration, but of liberation. Forgive those who have wronged you. Release yourself from bitterness and free your heart to experience the fullness of life, love, and joy. True freedom begins in the heart. And a heart that is free is capable of moving forward without hesitation, embracing the possibilities of a future filled with hope and divine alignment. The beliefs we hold in our minds shape the reality we live in. If your mind is occupied with limiting beliefs, ideas that tell you that you are not enough, not capable, or not deserving, you will live within the confines of those limitations. No matter how talented, prepared, or gifted you may be, these beliefs are invisible chains, restraining your potential and determining the outcomes of your life. To step into your destiny, you must identify these beliefs, challenge them, and replace them with purpose-driven action that aligns with the greatness within you. Limiting beliefs often originate from past experiences, failures, or the opinions of others. They may have been planted by well-meaning family members, peers, or society at large, but their effect is the same. They convince you that your potential is less than it truly is. Believing that opportunities are only for certain people, that your dreams are unrealistic, or that success is unattainable for you creates self-imposed barriers that prevent you from moving forward. Recognizing these beliefs is the first step toward liberation, because until you see them clearly, you cannot replace them. Replacing limiting beliefs begins with awareness. You must examine your thought patterns and identify the statements you unconsciously repeat to yourself. Thoughts such as "I can't do this," "I will never succeed," or "I'm not ready" are indicators that your mind is operating under limitation. Awareness allows you to confront these thoughts with intentionality, refusing to allow them to dictate your choices or define your potential. Once identified, these beliefs must be replaced with purpose-driven thoughts and action. Purpose-driven action is intentional, focused, and aligned with the vision of the life you were created to live. It requires clarity of purpose and the courage to act even when circumstances are uncertain. Instead of saying, "I can achieve this," you begin to affirm, "I am capable, and I will take the steps necessary to fulfill my purpose." Thoughts shape behavior, but behavior aligned with purpose creates results. By taking deliberate action, you reinforce the new beliefs in your mind, replacing limitation with empowerment. Purpose-driven action is also about consistency and commitment. Beliefs do not change overnight, nor do they transform your life without persistent effort. Each step you take toward your goals, each decision to act in alignment with your purpose, strengthens your new belief system. Over time, the momentum of consistent, purpose-driven action overcomes doubt, fear, and hesitation. What was once impossible becomes possible, and what was once a dream becomes reality. Limiting beliefs also often involve comparison with others. You may look at the success of someone else and conclude that you cannot achieve the same. Purpose-driven action requires shifting your focus inward, measuring your progress against your own growth and potential rather than the achievements of others. Your journey is unique, and your purpose is yours alone. By embracing this perspective, you free yourself from envy, distraction, and discouragement, allowing your actions to flow from authenticity rather than imitation. Ultimately, replacing limiting beliefs with purpose-driven action is a declaration that you will not allow fear, doubt, or past conditioning to control your life. It is a conscious choice to align your thoughts, decisions, and behaviors with your true potential. It is a commitment to live intentionally, to pursue your purpose with courage, and to refuse to accept anything less than the life you were designed to lead. This Christmas, let it be a season of empowerment. Let go of beliefs that diminish your potential. Embrace the truth of your worth and take deliberate, purposeful steps toward your destiny. When your beliefs align with action, you become unstoppable, and your life transforms into a testimony of courage, faith, and fulfilled purpose. Life is a continuous cycle of seasons, and each season carries its own purpose, challenges, and opportunities. As one chapter closes, another begins. The beauty of life lies in its capacity for renewal, the ability to start again, to reset, and to embrace possibilities that were previously hidden or unattainable. Celebrating renewal and possibility is more than simply acknowledging a new season. It is a conscious recognition that every ending is a gateway to a fresh beginning, and every opportunity for growth is a chance to align with your highest potential. Renewal begins with the understanding that the past does not define the future. Every setback, failure, or disappointment carries within it the seeds of transformation. When you embrace renewal, you accept that yesterday's struggles are not permanent limitations, but lessons that prepare you for the greater opportunities ahead. Life rewards those who see beyond the circumstances and focus on the possibilities that each new day brings. To celebrate renewal is to affirm that your journey is not over, that your story is still being written, and that the best chapters are yet to come. Possibility is born when you open your heart and mind to what could be, rather than being confined by what has already occurred. Too often, people allow fear, doubt, or past failures to restrict their vision. Celebrating possibility means daring to imagine what is attainable, trusting in your ability to achieve it, and taking bold steps to make it a reality. It is a mindset that transforms challenges into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. Possibility is the canvas upon which you can paint your future, but it requires courage, faith, and intentional action. To celebrate renewal is also to celebrate personal growth. Every experience, whether joyful or painful, contributes to your development. By acknowledging the progress you have made, you strengthen your confidence and inspire your determination to pursue even greater heights. Growth is the evidence of life's dynamic nature. It reminds us that we are not stagnant, that we are capable of transformation, and that each season offers an opportunity to evolve. Recognizing this growth is an act of gratitude and empowerment, allowing you to embrace the future with a heart full of hope. Renewal and possibility are interconnected. One cannot exist fully without the other. Renewal clears the space for new possibilities to enter your life. When you release the old, whether it is limiting beliefs, negative emotions, or unproductive patterns, you make room for opportunities that align with your purpose. Possibility fuels motivation, inspires creativity, and awakens ambition. Together, they form a powerful combination that propels you forward into a life of achievement, fulfillment, and impact. Celebrating renewal also requires intentionality. It is not a passive acknowledgement, but an active choice to engage with life fully. It involves setting goals, envisioning outcomes, and committing to actions that align with your vision. It is about choosing hope over despair, action over inertia, and faith over fear. Each decision you make in favor of renewal and possibility strengthens your resilience and positions you to seize the opportunities that life places before you. This Christmas, let the season be a celebration of what is possible. Let it be a time to release the old and embrace the new, to recognize the lessons of the past, while stepping boldly into the promise of the future. Celebrate the renewal within yourself, in your relationships, and in your purpose. Acknowledge that the gift of possibility is ever present, waiting for you to reach out and claim it. When you celebrate renewal and possibility, you do more than enjoy a season. You create a life marked by hope, courage, and limitless potential.